So before we get started, I wanted to let everybody know that I have now 2 books for sale on Kindle. One is the recommended reading for the true conservative, and the other one that has been published today is called Bad Democrat. Bad Democrat is 227 pages, and I've been giving samples of it pretty much every day for the past few months or so. Both of the books are available on Kindle Unlimited. If you're a Kindle Unlimited person, you can get them for free. Otherwise, they're $3.99 each. Now, back to the podcast.
Put on a lot of weight, so I rang up Weight Watchers. I said, it's an emergency, can you send somebody round? And they said, yes, we can, we got loads of them. I was actually thrown out of Weight Watchers for making sarcastic comments at the weekly weigh-in. As you can imagine, I accepted the decision with huge grace because they threw her out as well.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, Trump Tuesday, June the 16th, and this is The True Conservative. Welcome to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there. I'm Ron, your host, and the only true conservative in the United States today. So today, after the Serenity Prayer and the patriotic song of the day, we will have Varney and Company and President Trump. All that and more when I get back. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I should not change, the courage to change the things I should, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thank you. Now, Varney and Company.
Morning, Maria. Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. I'm David Asman in for Stuart Varney. Well, as Maria just said, President Trump is at the G7 meeting in France. This morning, he met with the leader of Qatar. Next, he's going to be meeting with the president of the United Arab Emirates. And look at this unbelievable price of oil this morning. It's nice to see it with a 7 handle, $77. It marked the lowest price since March 5th, just a week after the start of the Iran war. The rest of the futures market are a bit mixed. Both the S&P and the NASDAQ are down. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 135 in pre-market activity. And, of course, the stock to watch this morning is all week SpaceX. It finished up nearly 20% yesterday and is up another 4% this morning in pre-market. And now it's on track to overtake Amazon in market capitalization, if you can believe it. On the show today, 5 people are under arrest, accused in an alleged drone attack plot on the UFC event last Sunday at the White House. Officials say they also plan to use snipers to target people fleeing from the chaos, as well as a second wave attack to literally storm the White House gate. That is the allegation. We'll get into that with Senator Rand Paul and others. Also happening today, voters in Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Washington, D.C. are heading to the polls for primary elections, and the socialists are on the march again among Democrats. And at the World Cup, several hard-fought matches ended in ties yesterday, setting up a critical round of games straight ahead. Plus, Florida's Attorney General is suing TikTok now in the latest legal challenge against a major tech company. We're going to be speaking with Mark Lanier, lead attorney for the plaintiffs in the landmark social media trial, Tuesday, June 16, 2026.
And that was Varney and Company with Mr. Assman. And go back to nonprofit news now. Back in a minute. Thank you. At its core, this kind of behavior shows a lack of compassion and an inversion of values. Where empathy would normally compel us to feel for someone else, to understand and share in their pain, these Democrats feel a twisted sense of satisfaction. They see conservatives' failures as a kind of currency, as confirmation that the world is just because they're not the only ones struggling. They see conservative suffering not as something to alleviate, but as a balancing act that brings conservatives down to their perceived level. This attitude often stems from deep insecurity. When a bad Democrat feels chronically inadequate or resentful of conservative success, it becomes psychologically easier to root for their downfall than to improve their own situation. It's a shortcut to self-esteem. If conservatives lose, then the bad Democrat doesn't feel so far behind. Rather than aspire upward, they pull conservatives downward. It's not about winning, it's about making sure conservatives don't win either. That kind of mindset corrodes everything around it. It corrodes trust, ambition, and any genuine sense of community or mutual support. You'll often see this expressed in subtle, cutting remarks. Maybe it's a joke about someone's bad luck that's just a bit too sharp, a bit too rehearsed. Or it's a casual comment dropped in the middle of a conversation, something that seems harmless at first but reveals a deep-seated joy in someone else's pain. These are the bad Democrats who never fail to mention that someone had it coming, or say things like, "I always knew they weren't that great anyway," the moment someone they secretly envied stumbles. That's a quiet kind of cruelty, but it's unmistakable once you learn to recognize it. This delight in misfortune doesn't stop at passive observation either. Sometimes it crosses the line into sabotage. If a person truly enjoys watching others fall, what's to stop them from giving the situation a little nudge, spreading a rumor, withholding help, amplifying someone's mistake? These become tools in their arsenal because if they can't feel good about themselves through honest effort, then at least they can feel better by ensuring someone else feels worse. And all of this is rationalized under a cloak of self-justification. They deserve it. It's just how the world works. It's important to note that this tendency is not only destructive to others, but also to the Democrat who harbors it. Over time, this way of thinking calcifies into a worldview. They become unable to feel joy unless it's contrasted with someone else's misery. Their identity becomes so entangled with envy and resentment that genuine connection becomes impossible. The bad Democrat begins to see relationships as competitions, life as zero-sum games, and others' happiness as a personal threat. So they isolate themselves, not through physical distance, but through emotional toxicity. The bad Democrat becomes incapable of celebrating others' victories, incapable of offering support, incapable of love without condition or agenda. Manipulation is a central tool in the behavioral toolkit of a bad Democrat, and among the most common methods they employ are guilt, fear, and charm. These are not simply reactions or emotional states, they are deliberate instruments of control. The manipulator studies others carefully, often subconsciously, learning how to push buttons, twist words, and frame situations in a way that gets them what they want. But they don't rely on honesty for transparency. Instead, they operate like emotional tacticians, constantly scanning for the most efficient path to dominance or self-preservation. This kind of manipulation is not incidental. It is often patterned, persistent, and calculated. Guilt is one of their primary weapons. They use it to make others feel responsible for their well-being, their mistakes, or even their happiness. You might hear things like, "After everything I've done for you," or "You're really going to leave me like this?" These statements are not expressions of vulnerability, they're traps. The goal is to make the other person feel obligated, indebted, and eventually submissive. The bad Democrats want you to believe that your boundaries are cruelty, that your autonomy is selfishness, and that your desire for fairness is a betrayal. This emotional twisting creates a psychological prison where the manipulated party questions their own sense of right and wrong. Fear is another potent tool in their arsenal. It may not always be overt. It doesn't have to come in the form of threats or yelling. Sometimes it's insidious, like a cold silence after you say something they dislike, a subtle implication that they could make your life difficult if you cross them, or the creation of an environment where unpredictability keeps you constantly on edge. The goal is to keep others anxious, unsteady, and eager to avoid confrontation. Now, if you're walking on eggshells, then you're easier to steer. Fear becomes a behavioral leash that shortens with every emotional outburst. Back in a minute. Thank you. Now, Candice.
Ma bande, Supremo. Et Absoluto. Toujours starification. À mon mirail. Au DLC comme jamais. Mayanisé. Évidemment. Je rappelle qu'ils sont faits main à Paris. Printés à Paris. Designés par Unico pour la connaissance suprême. Je viens de sortir en ligne sur ODLC le fameux. Black et beige sable. Voilà. Combi short, qu'on peut mettre en maillot de bain, évidemment, gainant comme jamais. Il n'existe qu'en une seule taille, celui-là. Les autres couleurs, vous avez en ML, en SM. Il gaine. Pas besoin de faire 38 kilos comme la connaissance suprême. Mais disons que ça peut vous aller. Voilà. Donc vous y allez. Il y a aussi le bikini qui va avec. Et les starifications. Faites-moi confiance, comme jamais. Ils sont tous magnifiques. Sur live, ma vie. Regardez, pour ceux qui veulent en maillot de bain comme ça, la Chanel, comme ils ont fait cette année dans le défilé, ils peuvent, ça fait très années 60, etc. Vous allez dans l'eau, ils sèchent en moins d'1 minute, je le rappelle. Voilà. Donc, vous avez toutes les combis avec les 6 motifs, dont celui-là, les 5 autres motifs, vous avez ML. Je rappelle qu'on ne le rend pas. Pourquoi? Parce qu'une fois que vous avez mis vos fesses dedans, c'est terminato. Il est gainé, voilà, il est comme ça derrière. Drapeau français, évidemment. Pas trop décolleté, puisque c'est la combi short. Très agité, vous avez le foulard qui va avec, évidemment. Qu'est-ce que je voulais vous raconter? Alors, et de retour, vous remerciez Beck Carrington. Le code pour les personnes en situation de handicap sur tout le site internet avec le code BAGINO20. 20%, je vous le dis. Je rajoute donc les aidants, les pharmaciens, les médecins, tous ceux qui s'occupent des personnes en situation de handicap, j'ai déjà dit, et tous ceux qui ont déjà donné aux autistes, les donateurs. Au silencedesjustes.fr, si vous ne l'avez pas fait, pour accéder au code BAGINO20 sur tout mon site, évidemment, vous allez sur le silencedesjustes.fr, vous avez 20% avec le code BAGINO20.
And that was Candice. Back in a minute. Thank you. Now a little motivation.
How do you stand the race when you lost your money, lost your car, had no place to stay, sleeping in people's houses, on the floor, on their couch? How do you do that? How do you handle the times when you borrowed money and couldn't pay it back? You felt humiliated. When people you love who didn't believe in you told you you ain't nothing. How'd you fight that inner conversation? You've lost your business or lost your job or lost your home and you've been completely devastated. How do you come back?
How many of you be honest? When I hear no, sometimes it breaks my spirit. When my mom doesn't believe, or my dad doesn't believe, or my girlfriend doesn't believe, or my friends don't believe, or when they shut the door, they slam the door in my face without even giving me an opportunity. I'll be honest, I just can't take this no more. I want to quit.
You can experience enough disappointment in life that he can clobber you to the ground and kick dirt in your face, and you believe you can't do it. You believe that this is it for you. No, it's not.
Don't give up. Stay in it. Stay focused.
Don't give up then. That's when you've got to fall forward, when life is kicking dirt in your face. Don't give up then. That's when most people turn back. People are going to think you're crazy. And sometimes you're going to think you're crazy. You're going to question yourself.
People will hate on you. It's okay. Because sometimes iron sharpens iron. Sometimes you need a little pressure to get to that next level.
Who's the greatest mentor in the world? Adversity. How many people have become great without adversity and failure? None.
Because when you go through trials and tribulations, when you go through hard times, if you go through it, it's going to make you stronger. But if you run from it, then you cannot grow from it.
That struggle is meant to make you stronger. When you decide acting in your best interest, you're going to lose some friends. Everybody's not going to approve of you. There's some people that won't like you. Who do you think you are? You're arrogant. What do you think you can do? You'll never make it. No, I'm not going out like this. I'm going to fight. I'll show you. You've got to stand up and say, I'm going to do this anyhow. I'm afraid, but I'm afraid not to do it. And I'm not going to let you stop me. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself. Your circumstances, they don't determine you. You determine your circumstances.
You got to develop the dog in you, a tenacity in you. All you need to be successful in this world is that dog. You got to wake up every day and compete. You got to go after it. You got to have heart. I didn't get here off being smart. I didn't get here being talented. I got here off that dog. I got that dog. I got that grind. I'm so strong mentally that when life happens, I don't just sit there and cry. That's when I get that dog. That's when I'm ready to go. Lions don't cry. Lions don't quit. Lions hunt. I buck back. When I put forth 120% effort, can't nobody stop me. And when things look bleak, when things look dark, when you get to the point you can't take it no more, when you get to that point, doors start opening. Bank accounts start changing. Opportunities start happening. You can only see the stars when it's dark. Your parent will produce stuff. It's some crazy stuff going on right now. But what I will not do is allow that craziness to penetrate me.
You want something? You make up your mind.
It is time to go from mediocre to meteoric. It is time to go from being counted out to being counted on.
You've got to become courageous to stand up within yourself, to face it and step forward.
On the road to your success, if anybody hurts you, don't hurt yourself. If anybody try to hate on you, because this is what I'm going to teach you about haters. Haters can do whatever they want, but they can't stop you. There's only one person that can stop you, and that's you. So vow to me that you will never sabotage yourself. The loudest voice is your voice. You got to be careful of the words that you use. You got to be careful of the words that come out your mouth. Because if it's victim, you planting a seed, you won't get victim stuff back. Greatness is already in you. Stop being afraid. Stop being so passive. Stop being so timid. It's my journey. Nobody decides what I make. Nobody decides how I live. I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. It's my journey. And I decided this is your journey. I want you to live the life you were meant to live. Not the life that was given to you. It can end the way you want it to end. You're not a victim. So stop talking like one. Stop thinking like one. And stop acting like one. You're not a victim. You're a victor. And the only thing stands between your success, the only thing stands from you doing what you know you've been called to do. The only thing is you. Nobody can stop you. Can't nobody stop you. You're the only person that can stop you. So stop talking like a victim. Stop thinking like a victim. Stop acting like a victim. And walk into your destiny. Walk into it. You've been given freedom of choice, and you can choose. This is my life. I can.
And that was a little motivation. Back in a minute. And now, a little meditation. And that was a little bit of meditation. Back in a minute. Thank you. So on Sunday morning, what is it called? Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo.
Games, and they decided to let our intelligence agencies go dark after President Trump had said, look, we need to keep doing what we're doing. We need to continue to improve these things, but we need to make sure that we have the resources that we need. We're seeing that, I think, when it comes to when it comes to this on appropriation. So I think we need to smoke them out. I think Democrats are never going to do anything that they think is going to, quote, help President Trump. And what has happened is, unfortunately, they've put that hatred for him ahead of actually doing their job. So I think we need to expose that sooner rather than later and find a pathway forward. I think we have a housing bill that obviously we want to make sure that affordability is front and center. The Working Families Tax Cuts did a great job in delivering results. So we got to keep delivering those results that President Trump has put in front of us. And I know that there are many of us in the Republican conference that are committed to that. And also, of course, Save America. Look, after what we just saw, the Save America Act is critically important. It is wildly popular.
Okay, so that's good enough. This is Katie Britt. She's a senator from Alabama on the Senate Appropriations Committee. And what is she doing here? She is making the case for campaign contributions. Send money to the RNC, send money to the Republican Senate, whatever. The Senate and the House each have their own fundraising arms. So send us money so that we can do all of these things. No, I refuse to donate money on spec, okay? I will donate money or consider donating money after the fact. Performance, pay for performance. You get these things done. You get the SAVE Act passed, and you can come to me for money, and I will consider donating. You go ahead and return majorities in both the House and the Senate. I'll consider going ahead and giving you money. All of the things that she's talking about, that's fine and dandy. I'm sure you have your issues, but what they're doing psychologically is holding these bills hostage. They're telling Republicans, none of these things are going to get done unless you pay us off, unless you buy us off. Now, here's another thing to think about. How much is Katie Britt as a senator getting paid? Well over $100,000 a year, $150, something like that, well above the median income and well above the average income in this country. And so the question then becomes, how much money has she donated to the cause? How much money has she donated to the Republican National Committee or various other committees to get these things done? How much money have her colleagues? Because my research indicates that the House and the Senate put together, their net worth is in excess of $1 billion. So why aren't they donating? I don't read or hear or see anything about the members of Congress donating to the political parties. Now, they claim to be leaders. They're not. They're representatives. But if they're going to try and convince us that they are leaders, doesn't it make sense that they should start that leadership by leading in the donation department? You can show me that you're donating bucks and big bucks to the Republican National Committee, then come to me. Then at least there's some type of a consistency there. I'm still going to tell you that you better go ahead and get these jobs done first so that you cannot hold these things over my head. But at least you're consistent. Now, the last thing I wanted to say about this was the Obamacare. 15 years ago, more than that, 17 years ago, the Republicans ran promising that we're going to get rid of Obamacare. 17 years later, it's still here. Okay? They don't do it. This is why I don't want to donate money up front, because they won't do the job. What they will do instead is they will simply hold it in reserve so that they can use it as a fundraiser later on. Okay, why do we have such partisanship in this country? Simple, money, fundraising. Back in a minute. Thank you. You know, it's a strange and unsettling truth, but one that we can't afford to ignore. Not every Democrat has your best interests at heart. Some Democrats, through a combination of bitterness, resentment, or sheer malevolence, are not good. And while we're all capable of stumbling, of making mistakes, what we're talking about here is something deeper, something darker. There are Democrats who consistently orient themselves toward destruction of order, meaning, and trust. A key characteristic of a fundamentally bad Democrat is the persistent tendency to blame conservatives while refusing to take personal responsibility. This isn't a one-off behavior. It's not the occasional defensiveness we all feel when we've made a mistake. This is something else entirely. It's a chronic, deep-seated strategy for navigating the world, and it reveals a fundamental orientation toward deceit and moral cowardice. These Democrats deflect blame not because they're temporarily overwhelmed, but because they've internalized a worldview where they are never at fault, where guilt is a burden to be outsourced, and where truth is a threat rather than a compass. When someone consistently avoids responsibility, what they're really doing is rejecting the opportunity to grow. Responsibility is what molds us. It forces us to face our limitations, to confront our own failures, and to act in ways that bring order to chaos. To reject responsibility is to reject that process. It's a refusal to become more than what you are, and that refusal has consequences, not only for the bad Democrat, but for everyone around them. When a person refuses to carry their share of the burden, that burden doesn't disappear. It gets transferred. Someone else, the conservative, has to pick it up. The conservative has to pay the price. This is often wrapped in a layer of sophistication. It can come across as intellectualization or moral indignation or even victimhood. A Democrat like this might be extremely articulate, persuasive, even charismatic. They'll craft narratives that position them as the perpetual victim, misunderstood, targeted, mistreated, always at the mercy of someone else's cruelty or incompetence. And because we're social creatures with an innate tendency toward compassion, many conservatives get pulled into that web. They offer support, forgiveness, second chances, until they begin to realize that the story never changes. The details shift, the names of the alleged perpetrators rotate, but the core message remains. It's never my fault. This pattern isn't just annoying or frustrating, it's dangerous. It erodes trust. It poisons relationships. It turns workplaces, families, and communities into breeding grounds for resentment and confusion. And, perhaps most insidiously, it allows the bad Democrat to continue operating without consequence. The moment you question their version of events, you become the enemy. You're accused of lacking empathy. You're accused of being too critical. You're accused of joining the chorus of oppressors. So, conservatives stop speaking up. They walk on eggshells. They enable, and the cycle continues. The bad Democrat builds a fortress of blame. They convince themselves and try to convince others that the world is unjust, that they've been unfairly targeted, that the system is rigged. And once that narrative takes hold, it becomes almost impervious to contradiction. Any feedback, no matter how constructive or gentle, is interpreted as an attack. Every failure is conservative sabotage. Every conflict is framed as proof of persecution. This creates a reality distortion field where truth is malleable and accountability is optional. It's a psychological ecosystem designed to protect the ego at all costs. But in doing so, it sacrifices integrity, it sacrifices authenticity, and it ultimately isolates the individual because over time, conservatives catch on. They begin to see the pattern. They begin to notice how every interaction becomes a zero-sum game, where blame must be assigned and it must never land in the one place on the one person who deserves it. One of the most unsettling indicators of a truly bad Democrat is their tendency to take pleasure in the misfortunes of others. This isn't merely passive indifference or the occasional moment of schadenfreude that might arise in a moment of bitterness or rivalry. What we're talking about here is a deeper, more malignant disposition, a quiet celebration when a conservative stumbles, fails, or suffers. It's not always loud or obvious. It's often masked beneath the veneer of concern or neutrality. But if you watch closely, you can see it in their eyes, in the subtle smile, in the slight lift in their voice when recounting someone else's hardship. This kind of behavior reveals something about a bad Democrat's internal moral structure. Back in a minute.
Nothing worth doing ever came easy. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Never, ever quit. Never quit. Adversity makes you stronger. Don't give in, don't back down, and never stop doing what you know is right. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedoms. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way.
When they couldn't beat him, they tried to bankrupt him.
President Trump is back in a New York City court.
When that didn't work, they tried to put him in federal prison.
Raided by the FBI.
When that didn't work, they even tried to kill him.
He just tried to kill President Trump.
Donald Trump still stands, ready to fight, ready to win, and ready to make America great again.
This is Donald Trump's house, brother. This election, we all get to choose. I'm going to choose real American leadership and a real American values. The 45th and soon to be 47th President Donald J. Trump.
Starting on day one, we will defeat inflation quickly and we will make America affordable again. I will cut your energy costs in half. It's time for the working man and woman to finally catch a break. We are going to bring back the American dream bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. When I'm back in the White House, we will restore world peace, and it will be again peace through strength. I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. I will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail or kick them the hell out of our country. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. We all salute the same great American flag. Our best days are yet to come. Together, we will make America great again. America is a land of heroes, a place where greatness is born, where destinies are forged, and where legends come to life. This is the home of Thomas Edison and Teddy Roosevelt, of many great generals, including Washington, Pershing, Patton, and MacArthur. This is the home of Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, Amelia Earhart, Harriet Tubman, the Wright brothers, Neil Armstrong, and so many more. This is the country where children learn names like Wyatt Earp, Davy Crockett, and Annie Oakley. This is the place where the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth and where Texas patriots made their last stand at the Alamo. The American nation was carved out of the vast frontier by the toughest, strongest, fiercest, and most determined men and women ever to walk on the face of the earth. Our ancestors braved the unknown, tamed the wilderness, settled the Wild West, lifted millions from poverty, disease, and hunger, vanquished tyranny and fascism, ushered the world to new heights of science and medicine, laid down the railroads, dug out the canals, raised up the skyscrapers. Our ancestors built the most exceptional republic ever to exist in all of human history, and we are making it greater than ever before.
This is our glorious and magnificent inheritance. We are Americans. We are pioneers. We are the pathfinders. We settled the new world. We built the modern world. And we changed history forever by embracing the eternal truth that everyone is made equal by the hand of Almighty God. America is the place where anything can happen. America is the place where anyone can rise. And here, on this land, on this soil, on this continent, the most incredible dreams come true. This nation is our canvas, and this country is our masterpiece. We look at tomorrow and see unlimited frontiers just waiting to be explored. Our brightest discoveries are not yet known. Our most thrilling stories are not yet told. Our grandest journeys are not yet made. The American age, the American epic, the American adventure has only just begun. Our spirit is still young. The sun is still rising. God's grace is still shining. And my fellow Americans, the best is yet to come.
This is a movement like we've never seen in the history of our country.
Wisconsin is Trump country.
And that's what this fight is all about. We're taking on the failed political establishment and restoring government of, by, and for the people. It's the people. You're the people. You won the election.
We love this country. We love Donald Trump.
Promises made, promises kept.
We support President Trump.
This is epic.
Donald Trump is our president.
With every last ounce of heart and hope and sweat and soul, we are going to make our stand. We are going to stand for liberty. We are going to stand for justice. We are going to stand for freedom. And we are going to stand for the sacred rights given to us by the hand of Almighty God. You joined our movement, the greatest movement in the history of our country. You protected your family. You defended your dignity. You recaptured your destiny. And you took back your country with that great election 2.5 years ago. We are one united movement, one united people, and one United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
You have always been loyal to this nation. Now you finally have a president who is loyal to you. Every day between now and November 2020, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. In America, we don't worship government, we worship God. My administration will always support and defend your religious liberty. There is nothing that we cannot do. There is absolutely nothing we cannot match. There is no challenge that you will let us down. You will never let us down. The people of Ohio will never let us down. This towering American spirit has prevailed over every challenge and lifted us to the summit of human endeavor. At no time before have voters faced a clearer choice between two parties, two visions, two philosophies, or two agendas. This election will decide whether we save the American dream or whether we allow a socialist agenda to demolish our cherished destiny. Your vote will decide whether we protect law-abiding Americans or whether we give free rein to violent anarchists, agitators, and criminals who threaten our citizens. And this election will decide whether we will defend the American way of life or whether we will allow a radical movement to completely dismantle and destroy it. Our radical Democrat opponents are driven by hatred, prejudice, and rage. They want to destroy you, and they want to destroy our country as we know it. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
4 years ago, we took a wrong turn and lost our purpose. We lost the strength that makes Americans who we are. If we dared to speak the truth, it was called hate speech, and our values were labeled shameful. That's when everything we care about fell apart. We surrendered our borders, our paychecks, and our courage. Our patriotism was called toxic. Men could beat up women and win medals, but there was no prize for the guy who got up every day to do his job. Now we're being asked to settle for the way things are. And we're wondering if America can make a comeback. We can, because we've done it before. When we get knocked down, we don't stay down. We get up again. We fight. We fight. We fight.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again.
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
This country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
Thank you. This is Ron, your host, the only true conservative in the United States today, bidding adios to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there, and reminding you that you're not neutral and that the government has no rights.